Hey guys, bear with me here over the gas station radio if you can hear it in the background. I had to seek refuge because right when I walked out of Talk To Me, it was storming like some shit out of a horror movie. Like, legit, you couldn't even see the ground. It was just all water spraying, bouncing off, lightning everywhere. The storm finally passed, so I can talk. Maybe you'll hear some thunder. But yeah, Talk To Me, the new A24 movie, stunned me. Like, kind of the way, like, I want every horror movie to leave me feeling. It was, on all cylinders, this was just fucking great. It's weird that I'm sitting here, like, smiling over this because this movie is depraved of light. This is just sick and twisted. There's some child torture, kind of, and it just pushes buttons, man. I love horror. It's like my favorite genre. And I like getting reactive. Like, I love seeing them in the big screen because they make me react. I remember in Barbarian last year when they revealed the mom, I jumped. Like, my legs left the floor. So I always have fun with that. And this one got me turning, twisting, and turning. The sound design in this was incredible. There would be a quiet moment happening and somebody had entered the scene, or some weird, trippy sequence would start to take place, and like, that was the cue. I noticed like 3 different scenes when they'd get scary. It would usually be something in the like fucking left speaker in the very back of the theater would start making a weird noise, and I think somebody like walked in. I was like, who's messing around in the theater? And it was a part of the movie. And then you start to realize and be like, oh. And yeah, the sound design in here was incredible. I need to get a drink, sorry, I've had a sore throat. But yeah, like, this is Nolan level. Like, I know there's some lightning, I don't know if you can see that, but everybody's talking about Oppenheimer, like the memes of being in Barbie and an explosion happening. Like, this one honestly was a little more, see, like, sounds, what the fuck. This one was like, if you're sitting in Barbie and you're hearing this next door, this one will probably shake Barbie's theater too. Like, the sounds in here were crazy. The music, they played some cool, like, hip-hop songs. I've never heard any of them, but really fun overall style. The whole premise with the hand being like a party trick and just this allegory on almost like substance abuse. But there's also another allegory here that you don't realize until you see the movie, of depression. Like, a lot of metaphors and symbolism for depression. And that's something that you see in a lot of TV and film nowadays. And it's in horror a lot. And I usually like when they do that, but it's like, oh, here we go. The depressed character is being preyed on by monsters. But this one, like, it works. It's nothing, like, surprising, but its style is so, like, grounded with the directors. These are 2 guys that started on YouTube, which is inspiring as hell. But yeah, their style is so loud, and it's like loud because it grabs your attention, and like, you know, like, these are going to be directors you're going to want to watch out for, but it's all like very detailed and intricate. And yeah, there's a lot of beautiful moments here that would twist on your emotions. You would feel emotion for these characters, mainly the main girl, Mia. Then you would feel like mad at her, and then you'd feel uncomfortable. Like, the best way, I was thinking when I was watching this movie, what I was going to say in my review, and my headline is, I was nervous. This entire movie, I was just nervous to see what was going to happen next. Kind of like Evil Dead, but Evil Dead was a little more fun. This one, I knew there wasn't going to be any, like, punchline, you know? I knew this wasn't going to be, like, it captured a very serious, like, tone to it. But it also, like I said, it has, it's told through these high schoolers, and it has a lot of relevancy to today, to distracting ourselves on phones. Like, there's a scene where a character's falling asleep to YouTube and their phone is in their hand when their YouTube video is still playing. I was like, damn, like, I've been there. So yeah, it makes you a little creeped out when they put those real world things and mix them with this crazy demonic spirit plot. And I loved it. The prosthetics, there are some creature stuff going on in a way. And yeah, the prosthetics and makeup were so good that it had me uncomfortable, especially with certain characters getting hurt. Yeah, it had me squeamish. It was really well directed. It's shocking. A24 is my favorite studio. I've said they were like up there for a while, is a production company. Like, I have a hat back there. Let me show you the hat. Should have had it on for this review. Yeah, there's old A24. But yeah, I've had that hat for years, and I've always loved these guys. But after Everything Everywhere All at Once, Hereditary, so many classics, this is another like hit in their library. I don't know if it's like the perfection of those other movies, but it is a really, like, it's a short and sweet movie. I heard some people when I was walking out saying it dragged. I don't know like what they're going to the movies for, because this did not drag for me. I thought, like I said, once you adjust to the tone, it was like, honestly, like constant transitions and yeah, just flipping around and flipping. And then the twists aren't that predictable, or that the twists are kind of predictable, but you're not even thinking about the twist happening while you're watching the movie, because the movie has this, like, it gives you like a high. It really, like, the big plot is this hand, and they are addicted to it like a drug, and the movie feels like a drug. The way it's directed, edited, the music, it was a beautiful, like, production. I mean, it really kept flowing, and for me, I was loving all the flavors, you know. Those slow scenes added to the story in the movie. And I went for the scares and the gnarly nature to horror, and I wanted to see some extreme Hereditary. But even Hereditary, when you rewatch that movie, it is more of just a great acted and told story with some creepy imagery. And this is the same type of thing. It's being headlined as like going into hell, and yeah, it leaves you feeling like that. I felt very shook after this, like shivers. But it like I said, it's just not straight up in your face, like, ah! It's more of like a really well-told story by some great filmmakers and actors. I don't know any of these young actors, but they were all incredible, to where I was nervous, like I said, for all of them. Their performances were great. Mia was the lead, and she was incredible at just making you side with her and question her the whole time. It was awesome. Yeah, this is definitely, I'd probably say this is my favorite horror of the year, because, yeah, like I said, it's like Evil Dead, but I like a little more serious tone in my horror. I don't like when they lean into campy. I like those movies, but they're not like ones that I like worship. But this is a horror movie that I could rewatch more and more and like worship, like consider like one of the greats of our last few years. As of now, I don't want to like hype it up too much. I know I'm saying some great things, but yeah, overall, like, I notice on my latest reviews, I always get out of the theater so jazzed. I just love the theater experience. Sometimes I subtract points on my overall score, like Indiana Jones. Some of these movies I've seen lately, I give them like way too much, and then I'm like, think about it, and get a little level-headed. So for a safe bet for this one, I would say I'm going to go like 4.2. I mean, yeah, it definitely breaks the 4. 4.2 out of 5. Just a little over 4. This is definitely top 10 of the year for me. Lower top 10, you know, like probably somewhere around 7. And my favorite horror movie of the year, followed by Evil Dead. They're both great in their own ways. And yeah, A24 did it again. You guys should definitely check it out. Thanks for sitting through this out of the theater under a gas station awning reaction, trying to avoid the rain. It's the Jay Shrey Way. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your favorite horror movie of the year so far. See you guys later.